Have you ever noticed how certain habits in older age can make people around you feel uneasy, but no one says a word about it? Maybe you've seen it in others, a small behavior that seems harmless, but leaves everyone a little uncomfortable. Or maybe you're wondering if you're unknowingly doing something that's pushing people away. The truth is, as we age, some habits we pick up can quietly create distance between us and the people we care about, and no one tells you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. In this video, we're diving into 14 ugly habits that often show up in old age, habits that can make others uncomfortable, and more importantly, what you can do to change them. These aren't just random observations. They're based on patterns seen by families, caregivers, and even seniors themselves, who've reflected on their own behavior. Stay with me until the end, because the last habit might surprise you. It's something so common that almost everyone does it without realizing the impact. By the time we're done, you'll have a clear picture of what to watch for in yourself and how to build stronger, more comfortable connections with the people around you. Let's get started. First, let's talk about neglecting personal hygiene. As we age, it's easy to let things like showering, brushing your teeth, or changing clothes slide. Maybe you don't notice body odor as much because your sense of smell isn't as sharp, or perhaps you think it's not a big deal since you're not going out as often. But poor hygiene can make others uncomfortable, even if they imagine someone like Margaret, a 78-year-old who loved her daily walks, but stopped showering regularly because she felt tired afterward. Her family noticed an odor during visits, but they were too embarrassed to bring it up. Over time, they started visiting less, and Margaret felt isolated without knowing why. Poor hygiene doesn't just affect how others see you. It can lead to skin infections or dental issues that harm your health. The good news? Small changes, like setting a shower schedule or using wipes on tough days, can make a big difference. Ask a trusted friend or family member for honest feedback, and you'll keep your relationships and health in check. Next, there's the habit of complaining excessively. It's natural to vent about aches, pains, or life's frustrations, especially as you get older. But if every conversation turns into a list of grievances, it can wear people down. Think about someone like Frank, a 75-year-old who always talked about his arthritis or how things aren't like they used to be. His friends started avoiding him because they felt drained after every chat. Complaining can make others feel like they have to fix your problems, or that you're not interested in their lives. Instead, try balancing your conversations. Share a positive story, or ask about someone else's day. If you're struggling, talk to a doctor or counselor to address the root causes. You'll notice people enjoy your company more when you lift the mood rather than lower it. Another habit that makes people uncomfortable is interrupting or talking over others. As we age, we might feel a sense of urgency to share our thoughts, especially if memory isn't as sharp or we're excited to contribute. But constantly cutting people off can make them feel unheard or disrespected. Take Susan, a 72-year-old who loved telling stories from her youth. She'd interrupt her grandkids to add details, not realizing they stopped sharing because they felt overshadowed. Interrupting can strain relationships, especially with younger generations who value being heard. Try pausing and listening actively. Nod, make eye contact, and wait for your turn. It shows respect and makes conversations more enjoyable for everyone. Then there's the habit of clinging to outdated views or stereotypes. It's easy to hold on to beliefs from decades ago, especially about race, gender, or technology. But expressing rigid or offensive opinions can alienate others, even if you don't mean harm. Consider John, a 74-year-old who made offhand comments about how things were better before at family gatherings. His remarks made his nieces uncomfortable, and they started avoiding deep conversations with him. Staying open to new perspectives doesn't mean abandoning your values. It means showing respect for others' experiences. Try asking questions or reading about current events to stay connected to today's world. You'll find people are more eager to engage when you meet them halfway. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Let's move on to hoarding or cluttering your space. As we age, it's tempting to hold on to possessions, old clothes, papers, or knickknacks, because they feel tied to memories. But a cluttered home can make visitors uneasy and even pose safety risks like tripping hazards. Picture Helen, a 76-year-old whose living room was packed with stacks of magazines and boxes. Her kids dreaded visiting because there was nowhere to sit, and they worried about her falling. Clutter can also signal emotional struggles like difficulty letting go. Start small, donate one item a day or ask a friend to help organize. A tidy space feels welcoming and keeps you safer, making visits more enjoyable for everyone. Another uncomfortable habit is being overly critical or judgmental. Maybe you comment on someone's appearance, choices, or lifestyle, thinking you're being helpful, but constant criticism can make people feel attacked or unworthy. Take Robert, a 73-year-old who always pointed out his daughter's weight or his neighbor's messy yard. He thought he was offering advice, but they started distancing themselves, feeling judged. Instead, try offering compliments or asking curious questions without judgment. You'll build stronger bonds when people feel valued rather than scrutinized. Next, there's ignoring boundaries. As we age, we might feel entitled to give unsolicited advice or pry into personal matters, especially with family. But overstepping, like insisting on knowing someone's finances or meddling in their parenting, can create tension. Imagine Nancy, a 71-year-old who kept telling her son how to raise his kids, even when he asked her to stop. He started limiting visits to avoid arguments. Respecting boundaries means listening when someone sets a limit and focusing on shared interests instead. It keeps relationships harmonious and shows you value their autonomy. Then there's the habit of repeating stories or questions. Memory lapses are common with age, and it's okay to forget things sometimes. But repeatedly telling the same story or asking the same question can frustrate others, especially if they don't know how to respond. Consider Carol, a 75-year-old who told the same childhood tale at every family dinner. Her grandkids stopped engaging because they felt stuck in a loop. If you notice people's reactions shifting, try jotting down key stories or questions in a notebook to track what you've shared. Engaging in new activities, like puzzles or reading, can also keep your mind sharp and conversations fresh. If you're still watching, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos like this. Let's talk about being overly dependent on others. It's natural to need help as we age, maybe with driving or household chores. But relying on family or friends for every small task can strain relationships. Take George, a 77-year-old who called his daughter daily for rides, groceries, or even to change a light bulb. She started feeling overwhelmed and resentful, pulling back to cope. Instead, explore resources like community services, delivery apps, or home aids to share the load. Regardless of the reason, service businesses don't like to tolerate it. Staying as independent as possible shows appreciation for others' time and keeps your confidence intact. Another habit to avoid is dismissing technology. It's tempting to say, "I'm too old for that smartphone stuff." But refusing to learn basic tech, like texting or video calls, can frustrate loved ones who rely on it to stay connected. Picture Barbara, a 74-year-old who refused to use email, insisting on handwritten letters. Her kids, busy with work, struggled to keep up, and communication faded. Learning just one tool, like sending a text, can bridge the gap. Ask a grandkid to teach you, or take a free tech class at a library. Embracing technology keeps you in the loop and shows you're willing to adapt. Next is the habit of talking too much about health problems. It's normal to want to share your ailments, arthritis, high blood pressure, or insomnia, but focusing on them constantly can make others feel helpless or bored. Imagine Alice, a 72-year-old who detailed every doctor visit to her friends. They started dodging her calls, unsure how to respond. Instead, share health updates briefly and pivot to other topics, like a hobby or a funny story. If you need to vent, consider a support group where people relate. Balanced conversations keep your connections strong. Then there's being overly frugal or stingy. Saving money is wise, but obsessing over every penny, like refusing to tip at restaurants or arguing over small expenses, can make others uncomfortable. Take Walter, a 76-year-old who haggled over every bill, even with family. His kids felt embarrassed dining out with him, and servers avoided their table. Generosity, even in small ways, like treating someone to coffee, fosters warmth. Reflect on whether your frugality is about necessity or habit, and find a balance that feels good for everyone. If you're still watching, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. Another habit that can make people uneasy is withdrawing socially. As we age, it's easy to retreat. Maybe you're tired, grieving, or just prefer your own company. But isolating yourself can signal to others that you're unapproachable, and they may stop reaching out. Consider Ellen, a 73-year-old who stopped attending her book club after her husband passed. Her friends assumed she wanted space, and invitations dried up, leaving her lonelier. Even small efforts, like a quick phone call or joining a community event, show you're still engaged. Staying connected keeps your spirits high and reassures others you're okay. Finally, the habit that's so common it might surprise you. Holding on to grudges or negativity. Carrying old resentments or focusing on what's wrong, whether it's a family feud or a neighbor's slight, can make you seem bitter, and that vibe pushes people away. Picture Henry, a 75-year-old who never forgave his brother for a decades-old argument. At gatherings, his negativity cast a shadow, and family stopped inviting him. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting, it means choosing peace. Try writing a letter you don't send to process your feelings, or talk to a trusted friend. Focusing on gratitude, like appreciating small joys, shifts your energy and draws people closer. If you're still watching, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos. Now, let's wrap this up. You've just learned about 14 habits that can make people uncomfortable in old age: neglecting hygiene, complaining excessively, interrupting, clinging to outdated views, hoarding, being critical, ignoring boundaries, repeating stories, overdependence, dismissing technology, obsessing over health, being stingy, withdrawing socially, and holding grudges. Take a moment to reflect. Do any of these sound familiar? Maybe you've noticed yourself slipping into one or two, or perhaps you've seen them in someone else. The good news is these habits aren't set in stone. With awareness and small changes, you can break them and build stronger, more comfortable relationships. Here's my challenge to you. Pick one habit from this list and work on it this week. Maybe you'll set a shower reminder, listen more in your next conversation, or call an old friend to reconnect. These small steps can transform how others see you and how you feel about yourself. The goal isn't just to avoid discomfort. It's to live with confidence, connection, and joy, surrounded by people who cherish your presence. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts inspire us, and reading your comments keeps us motivated to create more content like this. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your support helps us reach more people and make a difference. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.